So I'm sitting here before you, admittedly weak and a failure, and I'm not super proud of it. I don't want to make this video, but I'm going to, because I've not been who I want to be recently. Not even close. I'll explain. I wrote myself notes so that A, I say what I want to say, and B, so I don't just ramble this entire video on this intro part. A few videos back, I talked about how I was foregoing the idea of a lean bulk that I had kind of laid out about 2 months ago from now in favor of trying to build a better relationship with food by not having restrictions and eating what I wanted. Then this past Sunday, I posted a video talking about how I had myself a 5,000 calorie cheat meal of pizza and ice cream and donuts, and talked about how that was going to help me to build a better relationship with food in some way. But here's where I get transparent and become a little more honest with myself. That mindset of being less restrictive with my eating has really just been a rationalization for eating unhealthy and occasionally binging for a few weeks now. And I really need to admit that, because I think instead of building a better relationship with food like I have convinced myself, it's definitely just made it worse. Today, Sunday afternoon, I again treated myself to another cheat meal. A box of these, and a pizza. About 5,000 calories in total. That's not balance. That's not a well-deserved treat. That's binging. And I need to do better. You know, I definitely did not want to make this video. I didn't want to expose my shortcomings or my failures. And I didn't want to admit to myself that what I had convinced myself to be a healthier approach to eating was really just a lack of discipline. And in admitting that, I'm totally flip-flopping on what I've said in the past few videos about food, and I'm presenting myself as somewhat of a liar. Like, how can I sit here and make these videos talking about living a healthy lifestyle when my life beyond the camera is very unhealthy? So I'm sitting here before you, admittedly weak and a failure, and I'm not super proud of it. And I'm ready to commit to getting back on track. Went for a run, just a quick little mile, not to try to reverse the 5,000 calories I ate, because you're not going to burn 5,000 calories, so just forget it. More so just because working out, exercising, getting that blood pumping and a sweat going, getting the endorphins rushing, puts me in the right mental space. Because when you're ready to commit to change, first step comes in the mind. Let's see what we're about to do. I absolutely hate throwing away food, so fortunately I've already finished off most of this stuff that contains sugar, but it's something I've known for a while, and honestly I've just been like unwilling to admit and follow up on the fact that sugar is my biggest trigger. And the first step to making a change is getting rid of any negative factors within your environment that you can control, and for me that means sugar. Second thing we're doing. Now, it probably doesn't look like much has changed behind me, but I just spent some time cleaning / reorganizing my room. So this area used to be a lot more kind of cluttered. There's a big box, a bunch of boxes over here that I decided to move all under my bed. Clean some stuff up over here, fold some things up there, reorganize this, reorganize some things in the drawers, took out my trash over here, reorganize some stuff over in this column. Overall, making this space of mine feel cleaner, more open, more organized, because similar to getting rid of the food, controlling your environment, creating the best environment possible for you to succeed. Because if your living space, the space that you spend most of your time in, is cluttered, unorganized, messy, it gives off kind of a lazy vibe and creates a lazy environment, which transfers directly to your life. So if you can control your environment, whether it's the food available to you, your physical environment around you, the things that you consume, like your media, your music, your TV. Maybe it's the relationships, the people you're around. Create the best possible environment from the things that you can control. Good morning, people. Monday morning, 5:30 a.m. I'm gonna show you something I haven't showed you in a while. So first, I've got torso hair I have not trimmed in probably 3 or 4 weeks. Sweet farmer's tan here as well. I guess I don't necessarily look like fat, but at the same time I definitely look like I've kind of let myself go. But honestly right now I care less about how I look and more about how I feel, what kind of choices I'm making based on having discipline. Cleaned up a lot, trimmed off, and I think I'm gonna weigh myself too, because I haven't weighed myself. I haven't stepped on the scale in probably over a month. I'm curious to see what we'll get. 187.8. For reference, I finished the Shred 40 diet around 170 pounds. And around maybe a little over a month ago, I was 174, 175. So around 13 pounds gained over the past month. Straight outside, 6 a.m. for the morning cardio. What a beauty. Look at that sky. Likely going to do some sprints, some circuit type training out here on the field. Burn some calories, get on the grind, get the body moving to start the day. So diet-wise, moving forward, the first major thing that we need to focus on is whole foods. Less processed stuff, hardly any processed stuff if I can help it, like no sugary foods. Sticking to clean, whole foods moving forward and filling up on those foods. So I need to put myself in a caloric surplus so that I'm like satiated after every meal and not just thinking about the next meal. I've been so stinking food obsessed recently that like I'm just spending all my time thinking about, oh, what am I gonna eat today? What am I gonna eat next? When am I gonna eat next? So I'm gonna try to have a little more regimentation in my diet, stick to cleaner whole foods and eat more. Because even though my weight is up, and I'd say that 187 is actually where my weight has sat usually. So I don't see that as an issue, and I really don't see if my weight even goes up into the 190s, I don't see that as an issue. Don't care about my weight, don't care how I look. I just need to build a healthier approach to food. We are now heading off to the chapel over here. My spiritual life is something that I've been getting better about. I've been rebuilding that and I've been focusing on that more, but it's still something that needs work. And also focusing on showing that more in these videos, because part of that may be just being more expressive of my faith, especially in these videos. Like I want to get back to the point where if you watch my videos, any random video of mine, you would know that I'm a follower of Christ. Because I don't know if you could say that for the last few, but that's like one of the most important aspects of my life. So it's definitely something that I need to focus on more. If you would have asked me throughout high school, probably early part of college as well, if you would have asked me what my life would be like when I was living by myself, when I would be out of my parents' house, have my own place, like the situation I am in now, I absolutely would have told you one of the first things that my kitchen, my fridge, my pantry would be stocked with like nothing but chicken, rice, vegetables, eggs, oatmeal, protein powder, sriracha, and mustard. That's it. I distinctly remember having that thought. Like, that was my mindset. That's how I envisioned, like, when I would finally be on my own, that's how I would eat. That would be like, I'd be so focused, so clean. That's where my head was at. And that's why I sit here and really question, like, where and why and when did I fall off to get to where I am now? Because for so long, that was the way that I've been. I've been this dedicated dude who's been, eating super clean, training super hard. Fitness has been super important. My physical, mental, and spiritual health have been like top priority. And now I'm in this situation where I am on my own. And I have put myself in this challenging environment. And so far, I've kind of failed. I've kind of fallen off. And I have not lived up to what I expected, and I haven't stayed true to myself. And it's disappointing, like I've said, and I mean, I hate making this video, and I hate admitting that. Who wants to admit that they've fallen short? Because to me, in many ways, over the past month or so, I've been a failure, and I haven't been myself, and I'm really disappointed in that. And as I thought about whether or not I was gonna, express this and put this out here, because I could have just left this behind the scenes, and I could have tried to work this out behind the scenes or whatever, but there's something about accountability. Like, when you want to achieve something, when you set a goal for yourself and you want to make a change, that putting it out there for other people to know, like, you don't have to have a big social media following, you don't have to have a YouTube channel, just post on your social media like, hey, I have this goal and I'm gonna track my progress on here to create some sort of accountability. And you all have been following me. You all follow along my journey. 5,000 of you now, which, thank you, by the way. I don't know if I ever gave a big thank you for 5,000 subscribers. Very cool. But you guys have been following me, and you guys, I've expressed myself and showed my journey to you of who I am, who I want to be, and what I've done to get there. And I don't want to keep hiding this stuff behind the scenes. And I want to bring you all along, because I'm sure there's value to be gained from this. And it's somewhat humbling for me as well to acknowledge how low I am now to get to a higher place, to where I want to be. I'll talk more about this in the next video as well, but I'm going on a family vacation in 2 weeks for about 4 or 5 days-ish. And I know that that's gonna be, I'm not gonna be so serious about my food. I'm definitely gonna go back to letting loose a little bit, because that's my one time of the year that I have every year, something to look forward to every year. So I'm not gonna restrict myself on food in any sense of then, but until then, for the next 2 weeks, I'm really gonna focus on getting myself back on track. I'm gonna bring you along with me. Stay tuned for the videos. I might post 3, maybe even more videos a week. Hopefully you enjoy them. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, consider hitting that button down below. Join along for the videos to come. That's all we got for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.